Hello everyone, my name is Dheeraj Sharma and welcome to Quantica Education Services Private Limited. In today's session, I am going to take you through the general aptitude questions which have appeared in GATE 2018 paper, which was conducted on 4th of February for Computer Science branch. Now this is a memory based questions that we are going to discuss with you and which we have got collected by talking to various students who have taken this exam on 4th February. So if I talk about the pattern of this general aptitude questions this year in computer science specifically, there were 10 questions, and out of these 10 questions, 6 of them were there from quantitative aptitude and 4 were there from verbal ability, and total number of questions were 10. Now if I talk about the difficulty level of these questions of general aptitude, they'll be of a moderate difficulty level, not very easy, not very difficult, it was very moderate. So let's move on to the first question, which were therefore from number series. So the question is there in front of you. So it goes something on this kind. There were few terms which are given to you, like for example the series was 2, 12, 60, 240, 720, 1440, then a question mark and 0. You're supposed to find what will come after 1440. Now if you look at the series very carefully, you can see that the relation between 2 and 12 is that 2 into 6 is 12, 12 into 5 is 60, and 60 into 4 is 240. So the multiplier is decreasing by 1 every time. So the next term, that is 240, will be multiplied by 3 to give you 720, and 720 will be multiplied by 2, is getting multiplied by 2 to give you 1440. So 1440 will be multiplied by 1 less than 2, which is 1, to give you the unknown term, which will again come out to be 1440, and it will also satisfy 0 because 1440 will be now getting multiplied by 0 to give you 0. So your answer comes out to be 1440. So anyone who would have practiced questions from number series would be very easily able to do it within a time frame of not more than 30 to 40 seconds. So this I'll call as easy question. Let's move on to the next question, which was there from number system. So the question was something on these lines. It's again a very conventional question. Find the value of smallest natural number which when divided by 20, 40 and 76 leaves the remainder of 7 in each of the cases. Now for solving this question, there is a very simple concept which I am going to discuss. The concept goes something on these lines. Let's say if there is a number x, and if I divide this number by y and get a remainder of z, then if we subtract z from x and then divide it by y, then the remainder that you will be getting will be equal to 0. I'll take an example. Let's say my number is 13 and I want to divide it by 10. So 13 when divided by 10 gives you a remainder of 3. So now if I subtract 3 from 13 and then divide it by 10, 13 minus 3 comes out to be 10, and 10 divided by 10 will give you a remainder of 0. So this is the same concept that is applicable for solving this question. So for finding out the smallest number which will give remainder of 7 in each of the cases when it is divided by 20, 42 and 76, then this number has to be a multiple of all three of them plus 7 more than this, because we are getting a remainder of 7 in this case. So what we are talking about is nothing but a least common multiple of these three numbers, that is 20, 42 and 76 plus 7 is going to be our answer. So LCM of 20, 42 and 76 is 7980 plus 7 will give you this number, which is 7987, which when divided by 20 all cases. So this was again not difficult. It can be somewhere between easy to moderate depending upon whether you have practiced these kind of questions earlier or not. Okay, fine. Let's move ahead. The next question was again there from number system. Now this question was very lengthy, and if you want to, anyone who would have been able to comprehend it correctly can solve it. It's a game of comprehension. So the question goes like this, that there's a rich man in a town and he wishes to donate his money to the senior citizens of that town. Now, it is also given that the senior citizens of town comprises of both males as well as females, and their number is 300. They are 300 in number. Each elderly male, that means each senior citizen who's male, gets 750 rupees, while each elderly female get 1000 rupees as a donation. Fine. So this is the second statement which is given. The third one was, out of the total senior citizens who are men, so among the men, the senior citizens who get the donation is only 8 by 9 of those senior citizens, while out of the total senior citizens who are women, 2/3 of them gets the donation. So find the total amount which was donated by the rich man to all the senior citizens. Okay, fine. So let's start solving this. Let's assume that the total number of male senior citizens are A, and total number of female senior citizens are B. So it is given that male plus female senior citizens, which is A plus B, is equal to 300. So that's the first equation that we have got. Now it is also given that each male senior citizen gets 750 rupees as a donation, and each female senior citizen gets 1000 rupees as a donation. And it is also given that the male senior citizens who gets the donation out of A is 8 by 9. So 8 by 9 of A gets the donation, while female senior citizen who gets the donation is 2 by 3 of the female senior citizens, which is 2 by 3 of B. Now we are supposed to find the total amount that was male senior citizens. Each of them has got 750. So they would have got 8 by 9 into A into 750. While each of these 2 by 3 of B senior citizens who are, so it is their contribution would have been 2 by 3 into B into 1000. Now we need to solve this. So that is solvable, because if we take 2 by 3 common, this is the equation that we will be getting. Now again we can take 1000 common from this, which is 2 by 3 into 1000 A plus 1000 B. Now we can take 2 by 3 into 1000 common, which will give us 2000 into A plus B divided by 3, and we already know the value of A plus B, which is equal to 300. Solving this, we'll be able to get the answer to this as 2 lakh rupees. So as I told you that this was a bit tricky, because the comprehension will take a toll. Anyone who would have been able to comprehend it correctly would be able to do it, but else the chances of getting the wrong answer to this question is very high. So I'll call this as a moderate difficulty level question. Let's move on to the next question, which was there from geometry. The question was that there's a square whose area is D. If the diagonal of the square is taken as the dia of the circle, then find the area of the circle. So let's say there's a circle, there's a square, and it is given that the area of this square is D. So if I assume the side of the square to be of x, so x into x comes out to be equal to D, and side comes out to be equal to root D. Diagonal is not root D, this is wrongly written, but diagonal will come out to be equal to root D whole square plus root D whole square, which is equal to diagonal, which will come out to be equal to root 2 of D. So this is my diameter. Now we know that area of circle is pi into dia by 2 ka whole square, and dia we have calculated as root 2 of D. So pi into root 2 of D divided by 2 whole square is equal to pi into D by 2, where D is nothing but the area of the circle. So our answer will be nothing but pi into D by 2. This is also a doable question. Anyone who is able to do it systematically will be able to get the answer to this question. Fine. Let's move ahead. The next question was from percentages. Okay, the question goes like this. There's a party which is being organized, and in this party 60% of males are invited and 40% females are invited, and 80% of the total invited guests attended the party. Total 80% who were invited attended the party. If all the females who were invited attended the party and only 60% of the males who were invited actually attended the party, then find the ratio of males and females who attended the party. Now the easiest way of solving these kind of question is that you can assume that total people who were invited were 100, for example. Now it is given in the question that number of males who were invited was 60% of total, which was 60% of 100, which is 60, and females who were invited were 40% of 100, which is 40. It is also given that all the females who were invited actually attended the party. That means all 40 of them attended the party. It is also given that 80% of the total people who were invited attended the party. That means total people who attended the party were 80% of 100, which comes out to be 80. Now if 40 females have attended the party out of 80, then the remaining 40 who have attended the party are nothing but males. So total number of males who attended the party is also 40 and females who attended the party is also 40. So the ratio of male to female who attended the party will come out to be equal to 1:1. You can make this question very simple provided you would have taken a figure, a easier figure which is easy to handle like 100, and then start solving it rather than taking a variable x and then solving it. So this is again of a easy to moderate difficulty level question. Let's move on to the next one. This is a question from algebra. Now it is given that PQR is not equal to 0 and P to power minus x is equal to 1 by q and q to power minus y is equal to 1 by r and r to power minus z is equal to 1 by p. So we are supposed to find the value of x into y into z. Now if p to power minus x is equal to 1 by q, that means that if we solve this, the value of, this is a question on surds, then the value of p to power x will come out to be equal to q. That similarly q to power y will be equal to r and r to power z will be equal to p. So these are the three equations that we have got. Now if we take logs on both the sides in above three equations, we will be getting x log p is equal to log q, y log q is equal to log r, and z log of r is equal to log p. Now if you multiply these three equations, we will be getting x into y into z log of pqr is equal on the left hand side, which is equal to log pqr on the right hand side. So the value of x into y into z will come out to be equal to 1. A very doable question provided you know some basic formulas of log. So this was one question from algebra. So if I talk about, as I was telling you, the difficulty level was of a moderate level, not very difficult, not very easy. Someone who would have done couple of some practice from these areas can very easily solve this section and get most of these answers questions right. So this is our second part of our general aptitude questions which we are discussing. This time we have done it for computer science branch. We'll keep on updating you about the quantitative aptitude questions from other slots as well. For any queries, you can contact me. My name is Dheeraj Sharma and my email ID is dheeraj@augmentskill.com, and my phone number is also there in this slide. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for regular updates, and thank you so much and all the best.